Welcome back to another episode of South Bay Buzz, the podcast. Today, I am joined by two South Bay locals, Yaya Margarita and Hillary Lewis. They are the co-owners of Shine Society Fitness. Ladies, what a delight to have you here on this branded yellow and pink couch.
I love it. Thank you for getting in our brand color.
Right? I know. That's like the perk of Orange Door is it's sort of like, when I have a little bit of freedom and a little bit of time, I could go and explore. And I obviously, when I saw this, I thought of you all and thought, okay, well, when they come in for the pod, this is where we need to be.
This is a gorgeous space.
Yeah. Well, like pod.
I know. The pod. I know. Can we believe this is happening?
So
Crazy.
great.
Big deal.
So excited.
You do. Okay. So we do have to have a little like throwback moment before we launch into what we're going to be talking about. But for people who don't know you yet, just maybe in like one or two sentences, can you tell everybody who you are and what you do? And then we'll have our little throwback moment.
For sure. So Shine Society Fitness. We are a fitness studio here in the South Bay. We do movement-based workouts. This does not mean you have to be a dancer, but we were dancers growing up.
Yes.
So we really are inspired by movement that moves to the beat. It gives us a lot of energy and drive to go through the class. So we do dance, fitness, sculpt, and Pilates. And we also teach Pilates Reformer now, which is really fun. So Pilates and dance-based movement to the beat is really our thing. We've been in business 9 years. Crazy.
Congratulations.
We've had 2 different spaces. So we've moved once over the years. And we have kind of a branch of our company that's really important to us. It's our community outdoor workouts. We love going out into the community. We've done it at the Point and these, private spaces in El Segundo. And we have these awesome, like kind of wellness events centered around working out and bringing in other woman-owned businesses to support them. That's our business and our passion project over the last almost 9 years.
Do you remember when we first met back in 2017?
Yes, absolutely.
Yes.
I actually was going to defer to you
Yes.
on telling this story because I feel like it would be best.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yes. So I remember I have it like a very vivid memory of it. I was walking with my husband to Want to Chill to get shaved ice. And it was actually, I think it was in February of 2017. So it was about a month after my mom had died. And the light was on in your studio. I think you maybe had just taught a class. And I was like, what is that? Shine Studio? Like, what is that? And we walked over and I kind of peeked. You like peeked in like, what's over there? And I think I must have seen the two of you or whatever, but I saw the big shine on the wall and I was intrigued. And then it wasn't too long after that I came in for class. And you all were just such a massive part of getting me out of my grief fog and getting my body moving and doing something for myself. And the thing that I want folks to know is it is so much more about the movement that you all have created. It is about the community.
Yeah.
You all early and often talked about that is the thing you wanted people to know and to feel is like, this is a fun community. This is a community that is supportive. And I felt that from the very, very get-go, and I still feel it today.
Thank you for sharing that. That's so special. Honestly, like one of the most special stories we have from Shine. We talk about it all the time. Like seeing your seeing your transformation, seeing that you were obviously coming to us at like one of the hardest times in your life, and you were like Shine was able to help you move through that, and almost like you said, get out of that fog. After your mom, don't make me cry.
I'm not.
Don't do it.
No, not doing it. Will not look.
I just saw your eyes like,
yes.
But that meant so much to us. And obviously from there, we've forged an amazing friendship. And that's an even better part of this story.
I know.
That's like, go ahead. I was
going to say, I have this really fun memory of you showing Hillary and I how you dance in your living room. Do you remember?
No.
Yeah, you turned on. Do you remember? I don't remember. I do. You turned on music and you wanted to show us how you dance around in your house, and you danced in Shine. Like it was just the three of us. and you completely like released and you like let go.
That's awesome.
I love how you had this love that moment. Oh my gosh, I wish I could remember it. I blame the 3 children that I have birthed since then. It took that memory.
Great. There's only so much space.
Oh,
Yeah.
yeah. And just to give an example too of some of the fun events that you've done that really stick out, like I really love anytime that you've taught us a dance from like a very fun music video. There was like Beyonce Formation or Lady Gaga, like Bad Romance. That's always been so fun. And then your special events. Like, I remember even the first time you did like a rooftop event at Shade Hotel. Like that was so rad. I'm pretty sure it was Randall came out in a T-Rex.
Yes, my husband got an inflatable dinosaur costume.
Yeah, it was so.
We still have it.
Yeah.
Yeah, and that's 100% our goal is like fitness doesn't have to always be so serious, right? Like we take it seriously. We are trained to give you the right technique and to give you all the things. But like, you know, if someone comes out in a T-Rex costume, like great. If we're learning a Beyonce video, like we will be sweaty. Don't worry, you'll get a workout. But like, let's have fun with it. Let's like, you know, like let's bust it out of the conventional mold because like fitness can be fun. It can be something you really look forward to. Like it doesn't have to be like the trudging to the workout.
Yeah. I definitely agree. Well done. It helped if my questions were the right set. When I talk about South Bay Buzz, I'm always like, this came about because I was supporting friends and other local businesses during the height or the beginning really of the global pandemic in spring of 2020. And when I say that, I really think of you two. And now I don't want to look at you because I'm going to cry. I'll look at you because I'm going to cry. So maybe I'll look here now. But it was you two because I just remember we couldn't go into the studio. And I just remember you guys being like really worried about what this was going to look like and how long it was going to be. And I remember asking you like, what can I do? Like, I'll do anything. What do you do? And I actually went back and I looked at the post that I did on my personal Instagram account back in April 2020 or something. And I was like, friends in Dallas, New York, Los Angeles, like please join us on Shine Online. And you know, and honestly, it was from there that it kind of just snowballed and it really unlocked this love of our community and connection. And so I really think about you two, and you all did like a shout out LA, I think, article, and you shouted out like me when I was small business cheerleader, like we're really proud of our friend Megan. She's spotlighting other businesses, and that meant so much to me. And just to like be here now, it's really incredible.
I don't know if you understand the impact that you've had on so many businesses. I mean, that because you're in it right now, but you really touched so many businesses and you really helped us out. And it's, you know, if you've ever emailed us, you know that our tagline says community over competition.
Yes.
You know, and that's such a big deal to us. So thank you.
Thank you. Yeah.
Yeah. And I think, you know, just to touch on the pandemic, like, yes, fitness was hit really hard. It was very, very, very difficult to get through that. We like many other businesses pivoted the best we could, but we still struggled. Like there was 2 years of struggle and
we had no help.
Yeah.
We had no assistance for a really long time.
Yeah.
We really had to grind.
Well, and because we weren't a big corporation, like we weren't getting financial support from anybody. Like it was just us. And so we just did the best we could. But like your idea of like helping these small businesses, like small businesses always need help. We always need support, like because it's just usually the owner, the two owners, whoever it is, like it's, you know, it's a grind being a small business owner. Like, you know, now, like you're kind of a small business owner now too. Kind of.
Yes.
So you totally, you know, understand and like
it's a grind by itself, but then add motherhood to it too.
Oh my. Yes.
That's fun.
Yeah.
That's fun.
Exactly.
Yep. Yeah, absolutely. Well, thank you. And yes, I think, thank you for just the constant encouragement and I just will continue to lift you up in all the ways. And this is a really fun way to do it. Is this podcast? So things are going on. Let's get to the origin story of Shine, because it is such a cool, I mean, just the two of you coming together. And I really love your story. And I'm excited for people to hear it. It was born out of both of your mutual love of movement, which you've touched upon, and having fun in your body. But will you talk to us about that aha moment when you two really thought like, hey, let's make this something?
Yeah. Do you want to touch on it?
I remember we were at the Catalina Coffee Company.
Okay. Yes. Used to meet there.
Yeah. We used to meet there. And then Hillary messaged me and said, hey, I want to talk to you about something. And I feel like that's how you like told me. And I was like, oh, this is a serious conversation. It's like a friendly, like, this is a thing. But I think we bonded most on wanting to continue moving because we stopped dancing with our community, and community is such a big empowerment part of, being a dancer. Mm-hmm. And going to the gym was kind of a drag, and that community was in LA, but we're in the South Bay, and to travel all the way to your neighborhood dance studio, or, what's the other one called? The one that
Edge, Millennium.
Yes, thank you. It was just so far away.
Yeah.
So we really want to create a space where we felt empowered. It was body positive. That was one of the big ones in the beginning too. And just sharing our love for music and movement. Yeah.
Yeah. So I was teaching these like pop-up dance classes, kind of like you mentioned. They were like Beyonce and Britney and video dance, I call them. And I would teach like their music video choreography just for fun again, like just kind of trying to see like if people wanted that type of thing out in the South Bay. And the building that was great. And I met Yaya through that. And then she was teaching a workout called Pound. If you guys don't know what Pound is, it is cardio drumming. It's like super intense. It's super fun.
Yeah.
And she would like invited me to take a Pound class. Mm-hmm. And then like, after a while of like becoming friends and chatting, and I was like, I feel like we have similar backgrounds. We were both dancers growing up. I've always been interested in like maybe starting a fitness studio. I'd gotten my Pilates certification at one point. She got certified in a bunch of different things. And we had that mutual background of dance, but also like forward thinking with fitness. Like that's what we wanted to do. So we were like, this doesn't exist out here in the South Bay. Like this is a need that needs to be filled for us. So hopefully there's a lot of other people that feel the same way,
When you think back on these past 9 years, there's obviously been highs and lows. Could you pinpoint one or two of your biggest joys and maybe also one or two of your biggest challenges?
A big challenge was COVID.
Yes. I would say so.
Yeah, that was a huge one. That was a total curveball. I don't think anyone knew what to expect, because I remember we sent out a message that said, see you in 2 weeks. Do you remember? It was just closed down for 2 weeks.
I remember that. I also remember seeing Juniper at the studio, and we were like meant to be, like we could still go, but we couldn't. We were needed to be, they didn't know how to communicate it, I think. And so we were like, we can't touch. So we were doing like high fives with our feet.
Yeah, with our shoes. Yeah.
I didn't know
what to do.
We didn't know what to do.
Yeah.
Like we literally didn't know what to do.
I literally said like, they can't shut all the businesses down. 2 years later, I'm like, right? Oh my God.
Yeah. Or I said, we'll be open again by the end of summer.
100%.
Yeah. And I think we're thriving at the point where everything shut down. We were about to do a retreat.
Yeah,
I'm trying to say.
Right. The Palm Springs retreat.
So we were like setting up a little retreat for all of our community, and we had like so many exciting things planned, had to cancel everything. But I would say in terms of like now, like running the business, all right, and you touched on this earlier already, I would say the biggest challenge is being a mom and also running this business. And I think that we've talked about this before too, but I really hate the term like women can do it all, right?
Yes.
Like your eyes bigger scroll.
Yeah.
But it's like it sets the expectation so high that you're like, there is no way that I can do this 100% and that 100%, and also like stay in shape and eat healthy and like take care of the house and
take your 10Ks and all that,
Yeah, like it's been such a challenge for us to figure out how to juggle our relationship, the business relationship, and our relationship with our family, and like also being there for our kids, because we're pretty much full-time moms. Like I, have a little bit of help here and there with my parents being around, but to go teach classes, but we're there for our kids, like pick them up every day from school, and we're juggling that every day. So it is really like, it's definitely a challenge. And shout out to every mom out there that's doing all the things, like, and
A lot of late nights, a lot of, phone calls. I'm so glad that we have the support that we've, I can't imagine running with. Yes.
Well, and our husbands, our husbands dealing with our Randall.
Yes.
Thanks, Joan.
Yeah. But I mean, like the biggest joy to like pivot to that part of it is definitely like stories like yours, like seeing the transformations, not body transformations. We've seen them. Don't worry, we have. But it's like life transformations, literally. Like we have seen people go to each other's weddings. We've seen people's babies play together, going through IVF, finally getting their baby they've been praying for, like all the things that we've seen from our clients, like seeing those joys and experience that with them, and then having other like clients come together and like support each other through that. Like that is the biggest, like joy that we get from.
You've made some incredible friendships at Shine too.
I have. I just got chills as you were talking. Yeah. I mean, of course, I think about a lot of friends, but definitely like Jordan and Juniper, Aaron come to mind very quickly. So many.
I love it. Yeah. Hillary once filmed this video. She was just panning the room after one of her classes, and there was all these groups of friends that never knew each other, but became friends through Shine. And I love that memory, just seeing everyone like huddled in little groups, laughing and talking.
Yeah.
Yeah. Because of that little space, that little yellow room.
Oh, man. Well, can we do like a quick pivot to that? Okay, so speaking of that beautiful yellow room, and I know that it's like a hard thing to talk about, but I actually think it's really important to talk about because there are so many small business owners that have to make really hard decisions like this one, and you did not take it lightly. And what we're talking about is the decision to close the doors on your original studio space, which was at Nob Hill PCH, very conveniently located to Want to Chill. Did I say that? I didn't mention that before. If I didn't mention that before, this is not sponsored by Want to Chill, but it should be. They know it. But I know, and I mean, gosh, just to like, I remember being present for some of these conversations. And again, it's like when one door closes, another one opens. So there is also some greatness that has come with being part of Yaya Fitness Boutique. Yeah. So can you share that story? And obviously with that in mind, maybe somebody will be able to learn from you.
Yeah. It was definitely one of the hardest choices we made. And it took us a long time to commit to it.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah. We weren't ready for a really long time. Kind of the universe forced us to be a little push. It was tough, but I think after some soul searching and everything else, we realized that Shine is a community and that we would thrive anywhere else. Yeah. As long as we, kept focusing on empowerment and growth and the love that we have for women and each other, it was going to thrive. It is thriving, just in a different space. And Beach Life has been wonderful, especially because we both had our second pregnancies there. And, we're growing our families and being surrounded by so many other women that also know what we're going through. If ever we need help, if the school calls right before class starts, we know that there's another woman that's willing to help us out because they understand the grind of having kids and running a business.
I don't know if we ever mentioned this to you, Megan, but I remember, I don't know how this all happened or what's the timing, but basically after COVID, I hate bringing this up so much, but obviously that was a huge change in our business. And we were like trying to decide what to do, like to try to revive the business. And obviously everyone was at that time, small businesses. And I was like, what would be really cool is like a co-space for women-owned businesses where everyone was kind of like in the space, but we had different rooms and like we had the fitness and we had like estheticians and we had different like wellness things and all in one space. Yeah. And we were literally like talking to people about this.
And like we were making logo.
Yeah. Like literally like we're coming up. And then we started talking to Danielle Spangler, who's the owner of Beach Life Fitness. And she had this space she really wasn't using that much. And so we were like,
she acquired this space right before COVID.
Yeah.
I know. She had one studio and then acquired a dance space, and then COVID happened.
Yeah.
So it was kind of just,
yeah. So we were like, well, we could kind of like merge with her, bring our community to her community. She needs support. We need support. Well, so it turns out this space ended up becoming like the Co, which is what we end up calling it, like our community space. Like literally there's probably 10 women-owned businesses that work out of Beach Life Fitness. We're one of them. There's a yoga business, there's an esthetician, there's all the things that we kind of dream, nutritionists, like, and like Yaya said, like the support is just amazing. We all support each other's business. We all refer people to each other. So like if someone comes in looking for a certain type of workout, hey, maybe you're better suited with yoga. Maybe you're better suited with reformer. Maybe you want to dance and you come over to us, or you want to get sculpting, you come over to us. Like,
pelvic floor, you go over to the other,
Beach Mom Fitness. Like I have a whole pre-postnatal, which, is near to our hearts because we're going through both of our pregnancies.
Yeah.
So it's just honestly a really cool like manifestation of that dream in a different way. So
absolutely. Yeah. It is really neat how that happened. It's like you put it out there and then the universe said, oh, look, here's a space, and it's all. And I think for you too as well, I'm just remembering too, the added built-in support, not just for like when life things happen, but I think also probably mentally for you all to know that there's this constant level of support. Like it's not just the two of you having to, I know you had other instructors as well at the studio, but there was a lot on.
Yeah. So it's really lovely. Like we were saying before, like being moms is so important to us. So to take a slight step back and have Danielle as the support and her whole team, like that just was really huge. And it has been really huge. And we're definitely
so thankful for it.
So happy and so thankful for this.
Yeah.
I really want to spotlight your amazing events in the community because they are so special.
They really are.
They really are. And anybody can throw an event, right?
Yeah.
You can chat GPT it, you can Google it, you can do the things. So what is your special sauce? Like what is it you think that has made your gatherings and events so special and so memorable?
I think that it's real. It's our real support of women. We want to highlight small businesses, but most of them are women-led businesses and mom businesses.
Yeah.
And I think that's what it is. The fact that we continue to drive community and empowerment. I think that's like our little special sauce.
Yeah. Yeah. And I think it not only has helped grow our reach because we're like using these other businesses and we're bringing clients to them and they're bringing clients to us. Like, we had a friend that we met and she does spray tans and she came to one of our events.
I was thinking about her.
Yeah, she was like,
mindful tan.
Tell people about the business. And I was like, yeah, come work out, like, hang out and tell people about the business. We also had a tarot card reader and a, permanent jewelry and
ear seating,
acupuncture, sound bath sometimes. Like, so we gather all these other local businesses together. So I think that is the secret sauce. It also makes the event really special because there's a lot of extras, not just a workout, right?
Yeah.
But going back to Evelyn, Mindful Tanning, like she was like, I have never booked so many sessions. I have gotten so many contacts. Like for some reason, like that space, it's friendly, it's comfortable. So it just, it makes for like a great community feeling. And like, I don't know, I feel like everyone always feels amazing when they leave the events. Everyone feels proud of them. Yeah.
Everyone feels seen. And
and there's something for everybody,
for everyone.
Yeah. So it makes us feel really good to share the
community.
Yeah. Yeah. And the simplicity of like movement with other people and how good that can feel,
Yeah. I agree. I think to also add, there's something very special when you arrive at an event, especially one that's movement-based, but with that in mind of how you incorporate other businesses and you're greeted with your warmth and energy, that immediately is going to make anybody feel so good. And then you enjoy your workout, the movement, sound bath, and you have all these fun little extras. Sometimes there's a goodie bag involved, which is, so who does not love a goodie bag? It's not just for parents. And yeah, it's like, how can you not love that? So for me, as someone who's attended these, I would say, yeah, like everybody should attend a Shine event, because you just feel really nourished and really seen. And I really love how you uplift other local businesses and bring them into this space. Oftentimes, maybe people just don't even think how they can. Maybe they might feel intimidated. How can I put an event on by myself? But it's almost like when you two invite others in, then it's like, oh, this feels.
Yeah.
I really
Thank you.
love that. Yeah. Your journey has been full of evolution. How do you stay grounded in your values when things start to shift?
I have worked a lot on mindset over the years, personally.
This is true.
Yeah, we both have. I think a lot of people are seeing the shift away from like hustle culture, and we both had to learn that lesson. It's sometimes the hard way. Like,
Yeah.
it's okay to rest. Sometimes it's okay to like, not work till to the bone. Like you have to let it kind of organically happen sometimes. And sometimes things are going to work out really well. And other times, like events, for example, like sometimes our events are amazing and other times we have them and they're like just okay. It's like, not everything is amazing and it's going to all work out perfectly. Like business is a trial and error. So like being kind to yourself and like working through the mindset of that and just kind of accepting that not everything's going to be like an ace in the hole. Like that's okay. And there's also like seasons, right? There's seasons of life, seasons of business. If this season is like a killer season, awesome. But if it's a slower season, okay, then I can like go to the beach with my kids more and I can embrace that family time or whatever that is. Yeah.
So, and I think also another thing that we continue driving home is even though trends change, Instagram changes things, TikTok, whatever you're down, it's always been about empowerment and community, and we've never strayed from that. I think that's one of the things that we hold on to. So no matter what the outside environment is, as long as we focus on what we love and what we wanted to build initially, then that's where we're at.
You've done a very, very lovely job staying true to your values and to each other.
Yeah, it's interesting because speaking to like the whole kind of body positive empowerment angle, like when we first started our business, it was not really a thing yet.
No.
And now I feel like it's finally creeped into the fitness industry. And not to say like, ooh, we were on the forefront of that, but we kind of were. Like people weren't really talking about it back then. And it was all just about like, you have to get ripped and you have to be this certain way. But now it's like,
get ready for the beach and
all this verbiage about like, oh, well, I have to work off this margarita or work off that burger. Like
from the very beginning, we are not saying these words. We're not saying bikini body. We're not saying burn off a chop. Not saying, any of these things. We're going to shift the focus to praising your body and being excited about where you're at and where you can go instead of punishing your body, and feeling like a workout is a punishment for that margarita you had last night with your girlfriends, which should be a reward. And it doesn't matter what you had, just come to the studio and move your body.
Yeah, it's about being strong and feeling good. That's what's important. And I think, like you said, trends shift. And like, luckily this one has finally shifted in our favor, meaning like women's favor, because we do not need to punish ourselves. Like exercise should be something you look forward to. And it should be something that makes you feel amazing.
And it's like, not for a season, which is another big, it's longevity.
You know what, actually,
with your kids.
I saw the other day, someone posted on Instagram, and it was something about she had 2 weeks to get ready for a vacation, whatever. You guys, I opened the comments to see what everyone made, and it was like, how dare you post this? And it was like, why would you say like 2 weeks, whatever? And there was some like, oh, I want it, I'm interested, whatever. And they were like, this girl was fit before 2 weeks ago. Like, come on. Like, you know what I mean? Like, it's just so nice to see the narrative shifting finally, like in the favor of, hey, fitness is more about, like you said, a season, and it's more about just looking good in a bikini. It's about for your life. And so you can live a long and healthy life.
Yeah.
Exactly. Yeah. It is refreshing and whether we want to fully credit Shine Studio as society or not,
We're not really one.
yeah, but you did, and you've encouraged that, and I appreciate you all for sticking with that the whole way. It's how we all should be.
Yes.
A lifetime, not just a season.
Yes.
I'm really proud of us for sticking to it because I feel like sometimes it wants to shift path, you know?
Yeah.
But you're not going.
Because you want clients, and sometimes there are clients out there that are like, I just want to get fit as fast as possible. And
Yeah.
that's not how it works. Like, this isn't just cash.
Yeah.
That's
Awesome. Thank you. When you're thinking about Shine Society Fitness, what do you hope people remember about it? Not just the workouts, but the feeling.
Empowered 110%. You know that song by Megan Trainor, the If I Was You, I Want Anyone To. Yeah. You know that feeling you get when you sing that song? That's the feeling I want you to feel walk out. You know, maybe a little cocky, but you love yourself, you know? I almost dropped an F-bomb there, but you know, love yourself, you know? Just feel empowered, and you feel like you can just take on the day because you had this movement in the morning and you took care of yourself. Even if that means that you're modifying the entire thing, but you feel strong through it. And that's what
the legacy we want to leave behind is a lot of the stuff we've mentioned, but it's mostly about creating a non-judgmental space, because I know a lot of the times we would walk in before we opened our studio, we'd walk into Pilates studio, you're not greeted. You're kind of like side-eyed by some people maybe. We just want people to feel included and not judged, because I know a lot of people can feel intimidated coming into spaces, especially places like Pilates Reformer. You're with a whole new machine. You're like, you know, this strap and this thing, and there's like a million words you're trying to learn, and it can be overwhelming. And so we want to try to squash that as immediately as possible. Like, you're welcome. You're not going to be judged wherever you are today on your mat, on your reformer. We'll meet you there, and that's okay. Like, wherever you are, that's fine. So I think that's what we want to leave behind as well, is just, you're okay to start wherever you're at. Like, we're not going to judge you for it, and just get better at it.
We've been beginners too. We didn't start off, I mean, kind of dancing out the womb, but not fully. You know, we had to win our pot of berets and everything else.
Okay, I have like a very unserious question. Is it just me, or are there other humans who get on a reformer and literally, I have not been on a reformer in years, because I went to a class and I was like, I am unable to perform this activity. Like, I had a lot of trouble. Now, y'all, I get it. My core is not what it was. But it was so tricky. And I honestly, I am somebody who felt really intimidated, did not really get adequate support. I like got myself through the class, but was so embarrassed. It was way before I met you all.
Yeah,
don't worry.
That's exactly the stories and the reason.
But is that something about the machine, or is that something that I just didn't? I can't imagine that was like fully me. But is there something about the reformer that is challenging at first or tricky?
Yeah, it looks like a medieval device.
I mean, yes, it does look like it's going to just like. Yeah, but why in particular, if you can just share, because I don't know if other people have experienced this, and I want to normalize it. If you were also somebody who tried the reformer and was like, very much.
I think you probably maybe just didn't have the right teacher for you, or it didn't start in the right class. And that could have been, you know, I mean, obviously people don't know going in what to expect, but if it was so hard that you couldn't do it and that you felt unsuccessful, then you needed to change your spring tension, or you needed to start with a level 1 class instead of a level 2 or 3 or whatever it was. Like, I don't know all the information, but like, it feels to me like
even my Pilates class. Yeah. You know, there's tiny events and things that are.
Yeah, maybe the instructor like could have seen that you were obviously like struggling a little bit and been like, hey, like, you gently go up quietly, maybe try this spring, and you just help them kind of adjust. And we never want to like call anyone out or make people feel bad about like they can't perform a movement. Like, Pilates is hard. I'm not going to sugarcoat it. Yeah. Right. But you pick your level of hard. Like you have to,
Yeah.
you know, eventually learn to like modify and do it yourself. But like your instructor should be leading you through that, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. Right.
Try again, Meg. Next week we're gonna get you inside
See you in class.
Yeah.
All right. Oh my God. All right. I will be brave.
We're gonna
Maybe
let's
have
have it be that way. We'll do a private.
yeah, maybe we'll do a solo class. It does not have to be that way, I know. And yeah, I think now that I'm recalling, it must have been a combo of me, but also maybe I didn't even think about it being different.
Yeah, attention. Yeah, yeah.
It was that. I just remember being like,
Yeah. Gotta try again.
yes, ma'am.
Yeah.
I usually wrap up with a question that involves legacy and thinking about the future. So with that in mind, are there dreams that you have that have not yet been realized? I figured as much. And what is the legacy that you're hoping to leave in the South Bay with Shine Society Fitness?
Oh man. So we kind of already touched on that. I think in terms of like our workouts and like making people feel good and empowered and like the non-judgment side of it. But we have a big project in the works right now and we cannot share yet.
Can you be back here for us? It was exclusive.
100%.
Yes.
Yeah.
But I guess I'll shout out like our Instagram or our newsletter at Shine Society Fitness. Follow us because you're going to see soon.
Mm-hmm.
We hope to be launching this special project by the end of the year. So we're going to keep it baby steps.
Yeah. We're going to keep it close to the chest.
But I think like, I know, as an entrepreneur, like once you get one thing down, you just want to add the next.
That's
thing.
so true.
Yeah. So it's a little hard to stop.
Yes. And you two are, I asked you the question, but I know that you're both full of big dreams and it's been and continues to be such an honor to be there for this journey. And thank you for letting me be a part of it and cheer you on all along the way. So I hope that we're sitting down here soon for the announcement, but then like in 5 years from now, and we'll look back and be like, remember when I started that podcast? Or remember you were going to make that announcement? And now you've been in business for nearly 15 years. Like, wow. So I just got chills. Oh my gosh.
Oh my God.
Can't wait to see what's.
I know.
Yeah.
Same.
Yeah.
Well, I think we should end with some rapid fire questions. Is that okay?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Awesome. Okay. So Yaya and Hillary, who's more likely to break out and dance mid-workout?
100%. The music fuels it. If I cannot sing along or dance to the songs on my playlist, they do not make it onto my playlist.
Yaya's known for her good playlist.
Thank you.
Everyone's like, oh my gosh, you have to send me your playlist at the end of class.
It's it's like the greatest compliment. Besides, oh, I had a great class. You kicked my butt. Say my music choice was ace.
Because you can lose yourself in the movement more, right? If you're
I am
singing along.
Yes.
Yeah. If I play all Taylor Swift, you're gonna love it. You're gonna,
Yes.
Should we have that class just for you?
Please. Yes, please. Please. I shout out to Erin Fields because she would do her Taylor Swift yoga classes and I would be like, blissed out for an entire hour. Oh my gosh. So if Shine Society had a theme song, what would it be and why? And
I should have some like really cool, like edgy song. But for me, it's Beyonce Who Runs the World. Really good one, right? She even had that line about like giving birth and then getting back to business. Like
so true.
So true.
What about this one? I gotta keep your head up.
Yeah.
Let your head up. I feel like that one is good because that's how we want people to feel again. Like let your hair down, have a good time. Doesn't have to be so serious, but
for us personally though, Donna Summer, she works hard for the money.
Yeah.
I think
I can just do this.
I love that. Oh my gosh, that's all of those are brilliant. Like you literally said Beyonce, Who Runs the World, and I immediately just flew back to Bar Babe, like right now.
Right.
It's like, no, I'm moving, I'm at the bar.
Oh, okay, sorry.
I hear certain songs like on the radio too, and I'm like, oh my god, Bar Babe! It's
Oh
like
no,
this.
Dance
seriously.
monkey for me.
Oh, totally.
Dance
So
monkey.
for anyone that's watching, we used to have like basically choreographed movement to certain songs. So like, you know, at the bar, it's a workout, but you like did the same movement to that song, right? So the song came on and you like knew exactly
You knew what to do. Yeah.
So I guess that's what we're talking about.
Yeah, thanks for clarifying. Bar Babe is not like a bar or a cocktail lounge like we're talking about at the ballet bar.
Yeah.
Yes. Also for me is Haley, what's her face?
Oh.
Yeah, it's not
Hey, great clients.
and Gloria
A
Stefan.
lot of me.
Yeah,
Sounds
that's great. Sorry, I could go down that rabbit hole. Nobody stops remind me of Shine workouts. Ooh, this will be fun.
Oh, really quick. I just
Yes.
remembered I got invited to a Shine Society client's wedding and they played one of our songs and all the clients got up on the dance floor and did this routine that Hillary and I
My
choreographed.
God.
It was absolutely
That's awesome.
wonderful.
Like a
It's just seeing that
like,
yeah.
You know, this like full circle. Oh my gosh, you guys met at the studio, became friends, are now in Vegas for a wedding, and we're all doing the choreography from Shine. That was
Okay, that's
full circle moment.
yeah. Oh my gosh. Wow.
so good.
I want to get married again just so I could do that. Ryan, we're having an anniversary party. Okay. What's one thing people don't know about each of you that would surprise them?
I want to say like our first jobs.
Yeah.
Ooh.
What your first job?
My first job or my most memorable job?
Oh, okay.
That's
That's
wild.
Well, because I'm thinking a particular one. The car. On. Why can't I think of the name of it?
I don't know. For me?
Yeah.
When
When
I
I
worked
worked at the car
Enterprise. I worked at
Okay.
Enterprise.
Did you really?
I did.
In the South Bay?
The LAX
She
one.
said it was the most
Stressful
stressful
jobs
jobs
I've ever
ever
had
had
at
at
LAX.
LAX.
Oh man, that would be very stressful.
Yeah.
So many people.
Yeah. Lots
All
of
the
people.
time.
And then I worked at like a bunch of bars and restaurants. Like when I moved out here, I worked at Shark Stove. Remember Shark Stove back in the day in Manhattan Beach? And so just like the funny jobs that we did, like because we're like, you know, we're artsy people. Like we grew up dancing. We both actually danced professionally at like different theme parks and things like that. So in between those jobs, we had to like pay the bills and figure it out, right? Before we got into this fitness world.
Yeah.
And
I used to work at MySpace.
oh yeah.
Yeah,
Did you really?
I did. I worked at MySpace.
Did you ever meet, what's his name, Joe? Tom?
Yeah.
Joe.
I would come in at 5 a.m. and he was already there by like 4. He worked really, really hard.
Did he, was he nice?
Yeah. I didn't really have the a
Sure.
relationship with him, but
Yeah.
every time I passed by, he would always say hi.
Oh, that's awesome.
Yeah.
Shout out to Tom. Thanks for being my friend. Thanks for walking so we all can run in the
Right.
social media space.
Just the wildest.
Oh,
I also worked at the Ultimate Shopping Network. The 24-hour shopping network where you
like
can
on
buy
TV?
rings.
Oh.
As a hand model.
oh my gosh.
No, I did behind the scenes, like I did camera work. Yeah, 1, camera 2, working on Chiron. And the hand model was sick one day, so they asked me to do it and it was live. So then they go from the host to camera 2, I'm camera 2. And they asked me to take off the ring and pick it up. And I dropped it.
Oh, no.
Live television. And I hear them go to the host, go to the host.
Oh,
Never asked me to do
never.
that.
You're done.
You're one. I won.
All done.
And I dropped the ring on live camera.
Oh my gosh.
Yeah.
Well, thank you both so much for being here. And I know you did a little shout out earlier, but can you share with us where your physical location is, your website, and any social media you have, as well as any upcoming events you want to plug?
Yeah.
So
So,
many
our
things.
website, shinesocietyofitness.com. Our is Shine Society. The same thing. And we're located inside of Beach Life, Studio 2.
And we don't have dates for events yet for this summer, but we are going to plan some more.
Mm-hmm.
So please follow us or check our website because we are in the works on planning those dates.
Yeah.
Thank you.
Thank you.
So much fun.
Amazing. Thank you all for tuning in to another episode of South Bay Buzz. Hope you have a wonderful week ahead, and we will see you next time. Yay! Awesome. Thank you.